The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, text number 5, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 9th, 1976, in Aligarh, India.
Munayo sadhu pishtoham bhavadbhi lokamangalam jatkita krishna sampasna jinatva suprasidati. By the sages in the Isharanya, the question was put before Sutta Goswami that after Krishna's departure from this world to his own abode, where the responsibility was given for religious propaganda. So it was Krishna Samprasna, question about Krishna. And the question was, the religious principle, where did it rest? Because religion means the law of God. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat-pranitam. As you cannot manufacture law at home, the law is enunciated in the legislative assembly of the government. Not that you can manufacture law in your home or in your office or in a big conference where you have no. Similarly, the word dharma, religion, is explained in the English dictionary a sect of faith, and people have interpreted in a different way that I can manufacture my own way of religion. It is going on very strong nowadays by some missionary sect, Jatoma Tatopot. There are as many ways there are, they're all perfect. Somebody says that to cut throat is my religion. That is also accepted. But that is not religion. Religion means dharmantu sakshat bhagavat-pranitam. What is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or what is ordained by the Supreme Authority, that is dharma. Therefore, in the next verse, it is explained, Sabai pumsa paro dharma jato bhakti rado kaji. Ahoitu ki apratihata jayatma suprasidati. If you want actual peace, atma suprasidati, then you have to accept paro dharma. Paro means supreme or superior. There are two kinds of dharmas, para and apara. Apara means this material world. Bhumi rapo nalo vayu, khangamano buddhirevacha. There are two nature, one spiritual nature and one material nature. People do not understand what is spiritual nature, but Krishna explains very nicely, and one can understand very easily what is spiritual nature and what is material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, the matter, 5 elements, earth, water, air, fire, sky, mind, intelligence, ego, these are material nature. Prakriti mein bhinna ashtadha. Aparayam. Then Krishna says, this is apara. Apara means inferior. Bhumirapanalo. The modern scientists or philosophers, they are engaged in studying this inferior nature. They have no information of the superior nature. But Krishna says that these 5 elements, 8 elements, 5 gross and 3 subtle. The mind is also material. Khangamana buddhi. These are material. People think that mental speculation, poetry, philosophy, that is spiritual. No. So long the subject matter is material, the concoction of the mind, speculation of the mind, the so-called philosophy, is also material. When mind is engaged at the lotus feet of the Lord, as it is stated in the Srimad Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda, when the mind is fixed up in the lotus feet of the Lord, then the words are used, the vibration of the tongue used, Vachangsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvandana. Then the words are utilized for describing about the spiritual world. The spiritual world is called Vaikuntha. There is no kuntha, anxiety. That is spiritual world. When you become spiritualized, Brahma Bhuta, Prasannatma, there is no more kuntha. This is the sign of becoming Brahma Bhuta. At the present moment, we are Jiva Bhuta. Manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karsati. Therefore, our struggle for existence is with the mind and the 6 senses. But when your existence is spiritualized, then Brahma Bhuta, you have no more anxieties. That is the sign. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Na sochati, na Prasannatma means na sochati, na kankati. We have got 2 diseases in the material world. One is sochati and the other is kankati. The things which we haven't got, we desire to possess, kankati. And the things which we possess, it will be spoiled, it will be lost. Chanakya Pandit says that everything in this material world is temporary. Smaro nityam anityata. So when we engage our mind in these temporary things, there is sochana and akanksha. And when we are elevated to the spiritual platform, then there is no more sochana and akanksha. This is the symptom. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankati samasarveshu bhuteshu. At that time, it is possible to re-establish Samata. We are very much anxious to re-establish our universal brotherhood, but from the material platform, it is not possible. Unless we come to the platform of Brahma Bhuta, we cannot expect sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Pandita samadarshina. These things are there in the Bhagavad Gita. So considering from all this point of view, Bhagavan Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is teaching us that paro dharma. We have distinguished para and apara. Aparayam, the material elements, mind, intelligence and ego, they are all material. Apara. Itastu vidhi me prakritim para, jiva bhuta mahabhav, jayedam dharjati jagat. So we have to come to that, a spiritual platform, Brahma Bhuta platform, sama sarveshu bhuteshu. That is wanted. That kind of religious system is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, paro dharma. And others, they are aparo dharma, apara, inferior. Therefore, one Vrindavan Das Thakur, a great Vaishnava Acharya, he has said, পৃথিবীতে যাহা কিছু ধর্ম নামে চলে ভাগবত কহে তাহা পরিপূর্ণ ছলে। পৃথিবীতে, upon the surface of the earth, there are many system of religion. যাহা কিছু ধর্ম নামে চলে। So what is that? Bhagavat কহে, he does not say, but he says on the authority of Srimad Bhagavatam, that is scholarship. A scholar will not speak anything as he is thinking, no. He will give authoritative quotation to support. That is Vedic system. When you support your proposition with the Vedic version, then it is accepted. Otherwise not. Veda Pramana. So, Vrindavan Das Thakur said, Bhagavat kahe. He doesn't say it in my opinion. Nowadays it has become a very good fashion. I think, in my opinion, without knowing his own value, he gives his opinion. He does not know that is imperfect. He is imperfect in his senses. He is liable to commit mistake. He is illusion and he is a cheater. Everyone knows that how I am cheating the other party, especially amongst businessmen when there is contract. So each one is trying how much I have cheated. So this cheating, vipralipsa, is one of the qualifications of the conditioned soul. Brahm pramad, vipralipsa karanapata. So a person, authorized person in the line of disciple succession, he does not speak by his own authority. Immediately he will quote from the Vedic literature to support his proposition. So Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Bhagavato kahe. He doesn't say that I say or in my opinion. No. Bhagavato kahe taha paripurna chale. পৃথিবীতে যাহা কিছু ধর্ম নামে চলে ভাগবত কহে তাহা পরিপূর্ণ ছলে। How is that Bhagavat says? Dharma, the Srimad Bhagavatam you find in the introductory portion, Vasudev says, Dharma projjita kaitava atra. Atra Srimad Bhagavate kaitava dharma projjita. Kaitam means cheating. Cheating type of religion is completely kicked out. Projita. Prakishta rupena ujjita. Just like we sweep over the floor and throw away the dust just to make the floor very clean. The Srimad Bhagavatam, just to make it very clean from this cheating type of religious system. It is written by Vyas there. Religion means that jato bhakti ado khaje. This is religion. Here it is said. Savai pungsa paro dharma jato bhakti ado khaje. It doesn't matter whether you are Hindu or Muslim or Christian or Buddha or Jaini or so on, there are so on, hundreds. But the taste is jato bhakti ado khaje. Whether you have developed your love for God, that is what. It doesn't matter. It's like if you want to be a mathematician, so you may pass from any university, Calcutta University or Delhi University or London University, any university, mathematics 2 plus 2 equal to 4 everywhere. It is not that in Calcutta University 2 plus 2 equal to 5 and in London University 2 plus equal to 3. No, everywhere 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Similarly, dharma means obedience to the laws of God. That is all. Either you become Christian or Hindu or Muslim, whether you accept God as the supreme authority and whether you abide by the laws of God, then you are dharmic. Otherwise, it is cheating. If there is no conception of God, if one does not know what is God and what is the order of God, then that type of religion is cheating religion, and that kind of religion is completely thrown out from Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Vrindavan Das Thakur says, পৃথিবীতে আছে যত পৃথিবীতে যাহা কিছু ধর্ম নামে চলে. Chole means it is passing on in the name of religion, but it is not religion. Because religion without conception of God, what is the meaning of that religion? If that is religion, that is not paradharma, that is aparadharma. Aparadharma. Just like sometimes we take desha dharma, samaja dharma, griha dharma, and so many things. So desha dharma, nationalism. So now you are in this country, suppose in India, next life, because you have to change your body, next life it may not be that you have taken birth in India, you might have taken birth in the heavenly planet or in the animal society, because there is no guarantee. Krishna says, tatha dehantara prapti. Death means change of the body. That what kind of body you are going to accept, that will depend on the superior arrangement. But you can arrange also, just like if you pass medical examination, there is possibility of your becoming a medical officer to get a service in the government medical service board, but still it must be selected by the medical board and so on. So there are so many conditions. Similarly, to get the next body, that is not your selection. That selection depends on superior authority. Karmana daiva netrena jantar deha upapatti. That we do not know. That next life, neither we endeavor. What is next life? We have to accept a next life after giving up this body. Therefore we must be prepared for that purpose. So preparation means, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Janti deva brata devan. If you prepare yourself to go to the higher planetary system, Chandralok, Suryalok, Indralok, Sarvalok, Brahmalok, Janalok, Mahalok, Tapalok, there are so many, hundreds. If you want to go there, then you prepare in that way. Janti deva brata devan, pitrin janti pitri brataha. If you want to go to the pitri loka, you can go there. If you want to go to the higher planetary system, in the deva loka, you can go there. And if you want to remain here, you can remain here. And if you want to go to the loka, Goloka, Vrindavan, Madhyajinopi janti mam, you can go there. Back to home, back to Godhead. That is possible. Krishna says, Takta dehang punarjanma naiti mameti. If you like, you can go back to home, back to God. That is possible. So therefore, the intelligent person, they must know, if I go to the Devaloka, what is the result of going there? If I go to the Pitri Loka, what is the result? If I remain here, what is the result? And if I go back to home, back to God, what is the result? The ultimate result is that if you can go back to home, back to Godhead, then Krishna says, what is the result? The result is takta dehang punarjanmanaiti. Then you don't get birth again in this material world. So that is the highest gain. Punarjanmanaiti mameti. Mamupeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhing paramanga. That is highest perfection. So therefore here it is said, Savai pungsang paro dharma jato bhakti adhokhaji. So if you want to go back to home, back to Godhead, then jato bhakti adhokhaji, you have to adopt this means, bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanati javan jasyami tattvato. Krishna, our the Supreme Lord, cannot be understood by karma, jnana, yoga. No process will be sufficient to understand Krishna. Therefore, you have to take to this process as recommended by Krishna. Bhaktyamam abhijanati javan jasyami tattvato. Therefore, we do not indulge in Krishna's Leela unless it is performed or it is executed by the devotees, not professional men. That is forbidden. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never indulges. Because the subject matter of Krishna can be understood only by the process of bhakti. Jato bhakti radhokhaji. Without bhakti, it is not possible. The bhakti process one has to adopt if he actually wants to go back home, back to Godhead. That is Krishna consciousness movement. Our movement, this Krishna consciousness movement, is educating people how to become advanced in devotional service and how to go back home, back to Godhead. And this is not a very difficult task. It is very easy. If it is not easy, how the Europeans, Americans are now taking seriously. Because they, I think, at least before 10 years, before the starting of this movement, most of them they did not know what is Krishna. Now they are all devotees of Krishna. Even the Christian priests, they are surprised. In Boston, one Christian priest, he admitted that these boys, they are our boys, coming from the Christian group or the Jewish group. So before this movement, they did not take care even to see us or to ask any question about God, to come to the church. They completely neglected. And now, how it is that mad after God? They are surprised. Why? Why have they have become so? Because they have taken to the process. The process is important. Simply speculation, bhakti is not theoretical. It is practical. Jato bhakti radho khaje. If you want to take to the bhakti process, it is not speculation. You must actually engage yourself in the process. Jato bhakti radho khaje. That process is Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasivanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasam Sakham Atmanivedam. This is simply by hearing, you remain in your place. There is no need of changing your place. If you are a businessman, do your business. If you are a medical man, remain in your medical profession, or lawyer, or whatever it may be. That is the recommendation of Brahma and confirmed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sthane sthita suchivatang tanuvang manovi. If we hear sutigata, if we receive the message of bhakti, then you can remain in your place. But if you hear and try to implement it, employ it in practical life, then one day the Supreme Lord, whose another name is Ajita, he will be able to conquer him. Jitopashi. These are the recommendations in the Shastra. So, this is first class or superior dharma. Everyone can accept it. Simply hear. And that hearing process is also made very easy. This chanting, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you chant and hear. Anywhere you can do it. You sit down in your home or in your office, in your factory, underneath a tree or anywhere. You can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, and you can hear. This process will make you advance in everything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given his benediction. Iha haite sarva siddhi hai vitama. By this chanting and hearing of Hare Krishna mantra, all perfection you will get. It's very easy. Therefore, our request is that whatever you may be, in whatever position you may be, it doesn't matter. Sthane sthita. Just sit down together the family members and chant Hare Krishna. It is very easy. Nobody can say it is very difficult. And if it is difficult to chant, then it should be understood that we are most unfortunate. But this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you can chant anywhere and everywhere at any time, without any regulative principle. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.